the... There you are! No wonder I kept going past you. You're almost impossible to spot in the fog. That is finally the Oasis Lighthouse over there. I don't know if you guys can see it on YouTube, but I think you guys just about can. But yeah, that orange light right there is the lighthouse at Oasis. We've finally found it. God, no wonder it's so hard to find. All this haze out here just makes it impossible to spot. Alright. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm your captain, guide, and friend, Dalton Rutlinger. Welcome back to Sailwind. As I'm recording this, it is 2 days away from Christmas. I'm recording this on December 23rd of 2025. So if this video and the others do not come out before then, just want to say, like, well, what am I trying to say here? Merry Christmas, Merry late Christmas, Happy New Year's, etc., etc., Happy Hanukkah, whatever other religious holiday equivalents that you guys have this time of year, happy holidays to you. In the previous episode, we set out to find Oasis, and I couldn't do it. I sailed all the way back to the Firefish Lagoon. And finally, after much hardship, off screen, I finally found the stupid place. We currently still have 4 days left to deliver, so we're not stressing for time, but I was starting to get kind of nervous. Unfortunately, we have no wind at the moment, so... 'Tis what it is, I suppose. In the meantime, I think I will go down below deck and restock on my water, as I am getting kind of thirsty. And since I finally know where we're going, I think I might just join you guys whenever daytime finally comes, or whenever the wind finally picks up again. Well, that didn't take very long. Wind has finally picked up, which means we can finally start making our turn over here. The question is, what angle are we going to be coming in to the island from? Is the town in front of us, or is it behind the lighthouse? I guess we're going to find out. This was extremely lucky, by the way. I just happened to catch a glimpse of the lighthouse before I started recording. I knew I had to be close to it, but I had no idea how close I would have been. Alright. I'm gonna kind of angle the ship away from the lighthouse for, well, number one, I don't want to run aground with this thing. And number two, I don't know where we are in relative to the actual mainland of the island. As a holiday special, I might just go ahead and upload all of my Sailwind videos all in one go. I don't know. Keep in mind that, well, I mean, you guys aren't going to see this until, like, long after you've seen the other videos, so I don't know why I'm saying this, but... yeah, just keep in mind that all of these videos that I'm uploading are not recorded on the same day. It's actually been, like, probably a couple of weeks since the last time I recorded a video, aside from the last video, which is where I got lost looking for Oasis. That's been, like, a couple of days. In the meantime, I have been playing a lot of my space game, X4 Foundations. I am trying to work on a Let's Play of it, but I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it. Because it technically does belong on my channel because it is kind of about mining and moving things around. Like in terms of logistics, which is kind of what my channel is focused on. But the trading and mining part of it are a very minor part of it. It's also like it's basically kind of an empire builder in some respects. And there's not a lot you can't do in the game. Like right now in my personal playthrough, I've actually unlocked agents and envoys that can go to other factions in the game and build up reputation that way. And my actual my main station also has an embassy in it, which means I'm gaining more and more power as the game progresses. I'm going to go ahead and turn on a bunch of these lanterns so there's plenty of light. What happened to my lantern out here? No idea. Apparently I have too much of an angle with the sails. I'm not catching quite enough wind. Don't really need that. Truth be told, I will bring these in a little bit more. And I'm debating if whether or not I should just go ahead and kind of lower down some of these sails. Bring that in. Bring this in. And let's go ahead and bring this in as well. Cool. Let's go ahead and turn off the lanterns. Conserve our fuel for as long as possible. I'll keep that one on for the time being. So unfortunately, I don't have enough time right now to journey back down to Fort Astron, but I could probably at least start the journey and then maybe tomorrow, Christmas Eve, tomorrow for me, I'll actually try and record me going down back to Fort Astron. I don't know, Christmas is such a hectic time of the year. Love it as a kid, hate it as an adult. You know, while we are on the topic of Christmas, what's the earliest Christmas you guys can remember? Because I can still remember, my Christmas whenever I was 3 years old. I don't remember my first or second Christmas, but I do remember my dad getting me this toy airport. That I think it was an airport kind of thing. I think we actually still have it somewhere. But yeah, he got me this airport with one of those rugs that have all the roads and the towns on it. And I remember I would actually, like, set up that airport just, like, right outside the rug and, like, play with my toy planes and whatnot. Back in the day, I actually had a lot of toy planes. I had more toy planes than I had toy cars. Because I had a somewhat unhealthy obsession with aircraft back in the day. Of course, back in the day, I also wanted to be a pilot. I used to know quite a lot about aircraft, but I've since forgotten a lot of the information that I read about. In fact, I actually remember there was a book in school that I checked out of the library quite often so I could read it. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was like something along the lines of The Lure of Flight or something. And it was this huge red book that was like I think it was actually the thickest book that was in the library at the time. And I checked that thing out constantly. Sometimes I read it, other times I just kind of like went through the pages and just looked at the pictures. But if you wanted to learn anything about aircraft in general, that book went over a lot. And it wasn't just aircraft that went over. It went over rockets, the space shuttle. I think it even had a few satellites in it, too. Nostalgia. For anybody curious, I actually graduated with a class of 4. No, it was actually technically it was 4, but we had another guy join us. He was from Taiwan, so he was allowed to just kind of participate in the graduation with us. Our school had more foreign exchange students than it had like actual American students sometimes. Um, my preschool class started off with like 12 kids or thereabout, and only 2 of us made it to graduation senior year. It's kind of depressing when you think about it. And every once in a while, I kind of wonder what those other students that I went to school with are doing. Like, where they've gotten. Are some of them even still alive? You know? Because there's one year I went to a different school and then came back. And whenever I came back, it was our class like shrinked significantly after that. Because whenever I came back, counting myself, I had a class of 4. And yes, I said 4, single digit 4 for any of for all you guys out there in the big cities. um, I went to a very very small school indeed. I think the entire class or the entire school, whenever I was attending school, had like 75 kids. That's K through 12. And from what I understand now, the school is even smaller now. Like they have a grand total of like less than 40 students K through 12 now. It's an incredibly small school, and they've actually done a lot of work to it. I'm kind of curious to visit at some point. and just kind of take a tour of the school and just see what all has changed. Heck, I'm kind of curious to see what kind of computers they're using now. Because whenever I was in school, we had the Dells. But whenever I was younger, like, you know, elementary school, we had like the old Windows computers, like the big white computers. You walked into a room and it just had that particular type of smell. And then as I got into junior high, we started switching over to the Dells. I'm curious to see, like, what type of computer models they have now. Also, are you, like... Okay, yeah, I can actually see the lighthouse visibly now. And I don't mean the light of the lighthouse, I mean the actual structure itself. Speaking of lighthouses, I wonder how Bob's doing. We should really stop by and see Bob while we're down there in Fort Astron. Bob's probably getting pretty lonely. We haven't seen Bob for a while. I want to know what Bob's up to. Alright, I don't think I really need this on anymore. Just going to turn that up. These lanterns burn through fuel like crazy. I know it's dark, you guys probably can't see me. You know what, maybe I'll just go ahead and turn this back on. I've got plenty of candles throughout the ship. I don't know why I'm being so cautious with my fuel. It's not like I'm hurting for candles at all whatsoever. I've got plenty to replace these things. Yeah, even now I can see the actual structure of the lighthouse coming in. I just wish I could see the actual island that it's on. Yeah, at least the sun's coming up, so I can probably go ahead and turn these off now and not have to worry about it. I'm gonna climb up here real quick. I was hoping I could get a better vantage point of where the land is, but that clearly didn't work out. Actually, I think I can just kind of see it, yeah. Okay, I think I definitely deserve to pat myself on the back for this one, because Oasis was an island I was absolutely nervous about, and here I am, I've actually found it. I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. You know what? I think I deserve a round of applause from you guys, too. So give me a round of applause. It's, Oh, I think I need to turn a bit more. I think I definitely need to turn a bit more. Oh, well, there's the island right over there. Was not paying attention. Come on, why do you take so long to reel in? Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and lower down this sail. I'll also prepare it for docking procedures. And I'll also go ahead and lower down this sail as well. All right. Now. Now. Oops. Question is this going to be able to, like, really propel the ship on its own? Or am I going to have to... I might have to raise up this rear sail again. Yeah, there we go. Now it's actually moving. Run. Is that another island back there? No, those are trees, Dalton. Those are trees. That's a very big difference between an island and something that is typically on an island, but also on a lot of mainlands. Right, I think I'm actually going to... I do need to restock on food and supplies while I'm here. Not really food, but definitely probably water. If I can get back onto the boat, that is, without falling off. The boat. The boat. Boaty boat. Suppose technically this one is actually, like, legitimately a ship, isn't it? I can actually say ship with this thing instead of just, like, being completely incorrect with it. Still need to come up with a name for my boats. I never come up with a name. I've got plenty of names for, like, battleships and stuff like that, but I don't have any names for these. Alright, what are you? You're fire... How did you get down here? I have no idea. I did hear a lot of ruckus. Earlier, before I started recording, so I'm starting to wonder if some of my crates were moving around. Yeah, this is all Fort Astron stuff. Fort Astron. I don't remember how much the salt goes for. I'm going to assume that the salt was meant for Fort Astron, but I don't remember. I guess I can check it out, see how much it's actually worth here. Because I do need to purchase plenty of water and other things while I'm here, so... I guess I'll just check it out at bare minimum. Oh, update events, sure. Have I shown that off in the video yet? I don't know. I should probably go ahead and just kind of see what's actually going on, shouldn't I? New fishing grounds at Crab Beach. So they're asking for nails, tools, and logs. I have no idea where Crab Beach is, so we will not be taking any of that kind of stuff. There's a chance this guy might give me a mission, but I've already got plenty of stuff heading for Fort Astron, down south. But it would not hurt to check out where the actual Dragon Cliffs are if this guy has a mission that leads to them. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I should just go ahead and stay at the inn here, just kind of give my character a couple of days on solid land. Such a beautiful ship. No, the water's really cold. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Whew. Alright, go and deliver all of those. Very good. Alright, so. Plenty of missions going back to Gold Rock City. Allunk Academy. Could take some bananas to Fort Astron, I suppose. There's also spices. Coconuts. Bananas pay the most. There's still no sign of the Emerald Archipelago. What the heck? All right, what do I want to take? I think that's too many banana crates. I'll take the spices, sure. Come here, merchant person. I have need of your services. Actually, can I get some more missions? Silk? Nope. Why didn't I take that? You know what? We're not taking the spices, ladies and gentlemen. We are taking something completely different. Current missions. Actually, what pays the least? Well, it's definitely not that. Looks like it's the spices. Yep. Can we just, like, get rid of... It's gonna cost me some reputation, but, Oh, God, that actually kind of hurt. Holy crap. Okay, well. Not to worry, we will make up for it. Oh, crap. I think I might have messed up. I think I might have messed up. Oh, boy. Hang on a second. Let's try this again, shall we? Am I... Okay, so it is still counting as a mission, but it doesn't show the actual dates. I started to wonder if I was actually about to cheese the system a bit. But you know what, honestly, yeah, it wouldn't really hurt my feet. Okay, so that just happened. Never mind that. It would not hurt my feelings to cheese the system at least a little bit. Get myself a bit more, you know, money from just kind of cheesing the economy a little bit. Out of curiosity, how much does salt go for here? I'm just kind of curious to see. I'm pretty sure I meant for this to go to Fort Astron, but just in case, curiosity strikes, you know, I could get, like, huge amounts of money from this here. I doubt it, considering I just got a whole bunch of salt from here, but, you know, you never know. Salt, 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 salt. Actually, out of curiosity, so marble is still worth quite a bit, but there's no way I can afford that right now. There's just no way. Salt, salt, salt. Here we go. I mean, you know what? I need the money, sure. And besides, I might be able to get something else to take with me that's actually worth a decent amount. Like logs, for example. Holy crap. Okay, so timber is really wanted in Gold Rock City. Or just the Emerald, or not Emerald Archipelago, the Alonk region in general. It's not wanted in the Firefish Lagoon. It's kind of wanted in the Eastern region, though I could take it to Firefly Grotto and get a decent amount. Except I can't afford it, so why am I even looking? What about marble? Can I afford marble? I can afford marble. Do I want to afford marble? That is a completely different question. It weighs 1,000 pounds, and I'm running out of room in my... cargo hold. Lamb, silk. Actually, not silk is not terrible. Silk is not terrible at all. Okay, I'll consider silk. Dates. Coconuts. Bananas. Goat cheese. Grain? I know I'm getting tired, game. Just leave me alone. Shoot, be gone. Lets me be tired. It's nothing new anyway. I'm constantly tired in real life. Silk. Yeah, I'll take some silk. That leaves me enough that I should be able to purchase some water and other things. But actually, isn't there a well here? I might be able to just go and refill my water up with the well here. That would be ideal. Alright, I'm actually going to put these back here so I don't accidentally sell them first. Alright, you know what? I'm also going to go ahead and grab this. and this, and this. Although, that last barrel of water I might go ahead and just sell. Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't have actual water in it. Yeah, you can just go ahead and get this. Have fun! There's that. And there's that. And while I'm here... You know what, I'll go... Oh, not enough money. Wait, what? What do you mean not enough money? Or is this using... Crap. This might be using the Emerald Dragons. Hang on, let me test it out. It is using the Emerald Dragons. Well, what the heck? That's weird. Of course, I guess it does make sense. We're pretty close to the Emerald Dragons. So or the Emerald... The Firefish Lagoon. That's what I'm trying to say right now. Is we're very close to the Firefish Lagoon. Okay, let's just go ahead and get like 1,000 of these, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more water. Because you can never have too much water, ever. Never too much water. So right here, and right, aha. And then I'm going to put these back on the boat, and then we'll go back to the inn, and we shall go to sleep. Assuming I have enough money. You'd think I'd be, like, rich as crap right now, but I keep spending all my money. Probably rather foolishly, to be fair, but, you know, I never claimed to be smart. Just because I claim to be your captain and guide and friend does not necessarily mean I claim to be your smart or intelligent captain, guide, and friend. So you come with me on these voyages at your own risk. Come here. There. You know what? That might work better. That, and then do that. Cool. All right, let's run real quick to the inn. Hopefully we can get there before our character actually collapses and some poor soul has to actually drag us to the inn itself. Pretty sure this is the inn right over here. Yep, I see the green banters. Banners, even. Why can I not talk? I suppose it's just, it's one of those days, I suppose. 14 All-Lock Lions. Will you guys make up your mind on what economy you want to use? Do you want to use the All-Lock Lions? Or do you want to use the Emerald Dragons? Like, take your freaking pick. Sheesh. Now, how's that for a screenshot? That is a beautiful morning right there. Alright, well, we've stayed the night in Oasis. We've refilled our water supplies. I've still got plenty of food, so no need to worry about that. I don't come to this island very often. I sometimes wonder if there's things that I've missed here. At least there was this well, so I was able to refill my water quite handily. I have journeyed over to these fields in the past, but I don't recall finding anything. Oh, there's another well out here, too. Okay, so multiple wells on Oasis to take advantage of. Oh, yes. There's also this shady character as well. Yeah, I'll share a drink with a fellow sailor that, for some reason, looks like a freaking ninja. Hello. Well, that was a complete and utter waste of time. I was hoping you were going to tell me something more interesting than that. Grain. I could maybe buy some lamb? Well, I could, but it's too expensive at the moment. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Alright, I think I might as well go in and exchange my remaining money over to the, Eastern Crowns. Wow. Alright, works for me. And let's get out of here, I suppose. Nothing more I can do here. So let me pull up my map. My interactive map. Let's see, so we're here. So we basically want to be sailing more or less directly to the southeast. Cool. All right. I don't recall unmooring the boat, but okay. Right, so we want to be heading that away. Okay. So basically back towards the lighthouse. Right, so on that note, I was about to ask like which way the wind is blowing, and the answer is the wind is not blowing at all. Well, that was an easy question to figure out. Okay, but the wind has just picked up right as I was about to finish. Or did it? Kind of is the answer to that. Kind of. Alright, so maybe what I'll do instead is I'll raise up this. And would you believe, out of just sheer chance, the wind is blowing in the direction I want to go? I swear, the wind calculates the direction it blows from based on the direction that you want to go in. Like, whenever you pick a mission the game's like, oh, you want to go in that direction? Well, here, let me make that as difficult as I possibly can for you. Well, either way, I suppose what I could do is I could just head like straight south and then turn east whenever I get down to latitude 20 or so. That is a possibility. That is an option. Alternatively, maybe what I'll do is I'll just kind of sail just like straight to the east for a little while. But then once the wind gets to be a bit more favorable, I will actually... Or maybe even like south by southeast. Or east by southeast. Yeah, I'll try and keep it maybe around like 100 or so. Actually, I think the wind just died down again. This game just loves making the wind kill itself on you, doesn't it? Oh, wait, no. Now it's blowing from a somewhat more favorable direction. Yeah, here we go. These sails raise up so slowly. Okay. Gonna come up here, steer us back in the right direction. I'm gonna try and keep us roughly about in the 130 range. At least for the time being. I think for now, I don't really need the stay sails, so... Or maybe I could just go and lower them, that way they're prepared, but... I'll leave them as loose as possible. Alright. So, we are finally underway on our first official open ocean journey with this thing. Let me just try and avoid this sandbar right here. Alright. I think we can probably go ahead and lower or loosen this out at least a little bit. Same goes for you. And I'll keep the others nice and tight for right now. Yeah, that's fine. I can head south and be perfectly fine. Although, I think it's just the wind dying is what's happening right now. Yep, that's exactly what was happening. That's like 3 or 4 times this has happened now, just trying to leave Oasis. I imagine this happened quite a bit back in the day. You'd be trying to leave an island and the wind just dies down out of nowhere, so you're just stuck out there. Looking like a bunch of idiots. So you just try and like hide your face in shame as you're stuck out there in the middle of nowhere on the boat. People like watching you with their spy glasses from on the land, like, ha! What a bunch of losers. Apparently the wind heard me and it was taking offense. Good! Take offense more often, for all I care. If that's what it takes for you to blow more often. There's going to be a lot of naughty jokes that come to mind based on what I just said. Probably could have bought some more coffee, but this is empty, so bye-bye. Probably could have sold that, but it's too late now, and I don't want to keep it on board the ship. All right. To quote that line from the Titanic, there's nothing out ahead of us now but open ocean. With the exception of maybe an iceberg or two. Who knows? We might even come across some of those random islands that have missions or service waypoints. Like the Isle of Despair, for example. Wow, we're already this far away from the island. That's insane. This thing definitely moves. This thing definitely moves. Times like this, I kind of wish I'd kept those square sails, but yeah, it's fine. We'll be making plenty of progress. See how fast we're going. She is trying for 8 knots. So basically rounded up to 7 knots, give or take. Which, you know, is not terrible. She's not really able to catch all the wind that she needs for her sails at the moment, so it's fine. Especially whenever you factor in the fact that... shut up, phone. Especially whenever you factor in the fact that, number one, she's a really big ship, and number two, so long as the wind keeps going in this direction, we'll be going in this direction non-stop, so. However, we are looking at minimum of a of like an 8 to 7 hour journey, and I do not have enough time to make that kind of journey. So what I'll be doing is I will probably just be cutting in and out as I usually do. I'll join you guys whenever something interesting happens. Excuse me? Apparently my character did not find the right footing when climbing up into the crow's nest. Are we already? Wow. Dang, okay. So, yeah, I will see you guys here in a while whenever something of note pops up. It is currently 4 days later in real life since my last cut. Unfortunately, I don't think these videos are going to make it up for Christmas. I'm going to try and get them up over the weekend, though. But happy late Christmas to you guys, either way. I just got done taking a star reading. We are currently at latitude 24. So we're definitely getting closer. At midday today, I need to go ahead and take a longitude reading. So we'll be doing that at some point. This will be the first longitude reading I've actually taken on this entire journey. This has been a pretty boring trip. Nothing interesting has really happened. I haven't even come across any sunken ships or anything. I've seen a few whales, but beyond that, nothing. I have noticed these compasses don't line up entirely accurately. Oh, hello. The wind is shifting to a different direction now. Or is it? Kind. I think we're fine. For the time being, at least. I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys my current food situation. I'm almost halfway through this barrel of water right here. I still got plenty of firewood. I'm almost out of oranges in this particular crate right here. Speaking of which, I could probably do with one of those. I've gone through an entire thing of beef. I still have 2 cheese to eat in this crate. And then I still have a crap ton of water down here, plenty more water over here, and I haven't even touched the rum back there, so I'm debating if I should just go ahead and sell that stuff at the very back, because I'm not really able to get to it, and I don't really use it. That is still rum, right? Yeah. I guess if I need to use it, I can just kind of walk around back here and, you know, get to it that way. But yeah, we're still looking good for food, still looking good for firewood and all of our other supplies. I'm hoping that here in a couple of days we'll be able to see the smoke from Mount Malefic, but who knows? That'll have to be a longitude reading thing. Right, I'll take some more tobacco up to the captain's cabin. I'll put it right back here. There we go. I'll put the knife here. And don't really need any tea at the moment, but you know what? It wouldn't hurt to have some ready. for afternoon tea. Oh, yeah, I need to bring some firewood up. You are coming with me, good sir? Apparently I've already used some out of you. Interesting. Right. Do I want afternoon tea or afternoon coffee? I'll go for tea, because I haven't really used that much tea yet. Oh, hello. We're going a bit too far to the south here. Where is the sun? There it is. Still have a pretty decent amount of time until midday. And I suppose I could probably do some horizon checks just to make sure nothing's out there. As far as I can see, there is not. It's just wide open ocean, and the wind has died on me yet again. That's happened a lot this journey. The wind can't seem to pick a favorable direction and just blow in that direction. Oh well. Such is life, I suppose. Ah, yes, I also have this water up here. Alright, well, there's not really much going on right now, so... just lock myself into the cabin and get away from that wind noise. And you know what? I'll have some tobacco. I'll just kind of stand here looking out my window and smoke some tobacco. You know what? Why am I standing? I'll just kind of sit here. There's no wind blowing, so I might as well just kind of sit down and relax for a little bit. Oh, looks like we're actually moving again. Indeed we are. What was that noise? Did anybody else hear that? Or was I just hearing things? I don't know. Alright, well, let's sit down on our chair and just watch the ocean go by. Alright, well, out of tobacco now. It's getting somewhat close. We're looking for latitude or longitude 19, I think. So if this is currently anything to go by, we're not even close. But if I were to get my actual compass here, I think we're still a little ways out away from... Never mind. I think we're still some ways away from actually being able to take an accurate reading. Although, not too far away. Yeah, so we're like longitude 24. And what are we looking for? Pull up the interactive map. Oh, no. We're actually wanting longitude 30, give or take. So we're actually pretty close. Or somewhat close, I suppose. Closer than we were, anyway. Suppose if need be, I could just start turning a bit further to the east. Alright, let's grab our tea here. Wasn't quite thirsty enough to fill the entire mug, but or drink the entire mug. Once we get down to latitude 20, maybe even 19, I will start looking to turn, like, basically dead on east. If we don't see the smoke from Mount Malefic by the time we get down to that area, that is. On that note, I mean, we are turning further and further to the south, east by southeast here, so maybe I should get that autopilot mod where the ships just go in the general direction that you want them to go without being blown off course. That would be a nice thing to have. But I'll see you guys whenever I have another update to make. I think I just saw. Yes! Look over there. There's smoke. We're finally almost to the eastern... Well, we're technically in the eastern region now, but we're finally almost back home, people. This has been a very long making of this video, just so you guys know. I am now like on my 5th or 6th day. I've completely lost track. And I don't mean like day, like 5th or 6th day in game. I mean like 5th or 6th day in freaking real life. Another whale. We've seen plenty of those on this trip. Alright, so where is Mount Malefic? Yeah, with the wind blowing this hard, we might not be able to see the smoke again, especially with it becoming nighttime. Well, gosh darn it, I was going to take a star rating tonight, but clearly I don't need to do that anymore. I will, however, take some drugs. Don't do this in real life, by the way. I don't condone. There we go. I recommend that you do not get into drugs. It would be a very poor life choice.